Hi, this is IK. Welcome to About Component and About Rendering. This is version 18.2.0, last version. And here I asked artificial intelligence, I ask does it here React strict? But in this is 18 version, I didn't see word strict and strict mode, and but I have repeating alert, and when have been repeating, reason was strict mode, and I asked, does it in 18 version there is a strict mode without that we see by default? Yes. The React strict mode component is automatically applied when using create root from React DOM version 18 and above. This is to ensure that your app follows best practice and detects any potential issues in your code during development. And somewhere I read that only in developing phase, not when we deploy, after we deploy our application, will not be 2 times, but alert option we don't use in deploy version, only during development. And strict mode repeat that alert because want to be sure that all is okay. Okay, but and let's go to see what happened here in app.js. Look at alert. I have alert in use effect, and this alert will be called only one time because use effect will be called only one because there is no dependency, and only first time when component rendering it will be called use effect, and we will see on the screen alert, this alert. I write this here that I know difference between this alert and this alert outside of use effect. Outside it is app finished rendering, but here is in use effect. Other I didn't load. Here it is blog post menu. Blog post menu. I give it in. I comment it and comment it. Okay. We look at now only app.js. Refresh. A component app finished rendering. Look at it is not from use effect. It is in function. Here it is. It is app.js. It is function. Here is a function app, and inside function app is rendering only. And inside use effect will be this part in use effect. And we see that it is first time what we have, we see alert. it is okay because use effect is on the end after component is finished, and it means that during rendering we component have this alert and we see that alert. Now after that we will see this alert. Okay, this alert is out of use effect and it will be rendered before use effect would be called, and after rendering all component, that event finished rendering, call use effect, and in that moment we will see alert, this alert in use effect. Let's go back. Okay, this first. Now must we see, okay, finished. Rendering is in use effect. Here it is. We look at only alert in app. Other component I comment alert, and we concentrate only in app. It is important that because of that and that. Okay, and again we have this. It is repeating. It is 2 times alert from function. Use effect is okay only 1 time, but first time from function, alert from function is okay, but this is one is not okay. There is no reason, but reason is this what we read. Strict mode. Strict mode is a reason that we have that 2 times. And before, in version before last, we see strict mode, and we can remove that, delete strict mode, and after that would not be 2 times this alert on the screen, but now it is default inside. We cannot delete because we don't see that React. Yes, the React strict mode component is automatically applied when using create root from React Data version 18 and above. This is to ensure that your app follows best practice and detects any potential issue in your code during development. It is only during development, but we use alert only during development, alerts like this one. Okay, it is, we solved that 2 times and okay, it is okay. And now I will activate all others components. Alert, this is up. Let's go to blog post menu left. Blog post menu on the left. It is in use effect, and here is in function. Inside the function blog post menu left, not inside use effect. And also I component blog post menu left finished rendering. Here is blog post menu left finished rendering in use effect. It is a blog post menu left now. Blog post. It is component on home page on right side. Blog post menu left is left side on the app.js on the topic component, and together they create home page. It is a blog post menu, a blog post. Here is blog post. A blog post finished rendering alert inside, and here I have not outside. Here it is. Alert component blog post rendering. Can it be in same position like this outside of use effect? Here it is. Okay, I look at three component: app, blog post menu left, and blog post. App, left side, right side. Menu left and menu right. Both is menu. Left is only title of post. Right component, there is a title, link on title, and a short description, only part of the text. And because of that I call it menu also. It is a little more descriptive, more data, more information in that menu. Okay, let's go here. Here it is with something. Okay, I start from beginning. There is a lot of it means that every component would be 3 times. Every component 3 times. We look at 3 times alert, and total 9 alert. Can we count it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe there is more than 9. Okay, let's go to see. Home. This is home page. Here is a left, and here is a right component. And refresh. App finished rendering. It is not usual. First rendering child, and in some video before, I think maybe it was version before this one, because I can delete strict mode, and we see really how it works. But now here is a component app finished rendering. It means that app must be called. App is called. Index.js call app. It is topic of 3. Topic of 3 React 3 components. React hierarchical component. And app there is a 2 child. And if app is called, rendering go from child, and it means that app this moment is rendering enough that call alert in function, but not not finished. After finished would be called or use effect, and we will see component app finished rendering from use effect. Okay, now, okay, after okay, I expect menu left. Menu left is component, child component on the app, and it's go like first child because it is hard embedded on app topic. Here it is. Left app component. This is return. This is rendering. Yeah. Here is blog post menu left. Blog post menu left is hard embed on topic, but here menu, blog post menu is not hard, but must go in outlet. Outlet is a reservoir, is of course a React element who function like reservoir for one times blog post, one times blog post menu. When home page, blog post menu. When we click on some link, it would be in that outlet would be blog post. And first child is a blog post menu left, and after that would be this. But what I expect now? I expect now blog post menu left. Let's go. Okay, left. Yes, left. Blog post menu left. Finished rendering. Look at this. It is finished rendering. Blog post menu left. Finished rendering. I must see that. Blog post menu left. Let's go to blog post menu left. We have this finished rendering in use effect. And it means that here finished rendering and not activate this, but activate this from use effect. And when I click now, I expect this one. But it is now, this moment, there is no logic. Okay, click. It is blog post menu left, finished, okay. I think so. Left is finished. And we didn't see, I must repeat it. Okay, blog post. Now it's always okay, let's go to the end. Okay, refresh, finished rendering, and now go use not app.js must be rendered last, because first we know that from a video before, must be rendered last, his parent of two components, and before must be rendered the child. It is logical because child component are part of app component, and cannot be finished app if not finished part of that. And now we have blog post menu left, finished rendering, and in the last must be finished app. Okay, now finished or rendering left. Okay. A component blog post menu rendered. Okay. Component blog post menu left, finished rendering in use effect. Okay. Blog post menu rendered inside use effect. Inside use effect. Blog post menu. After that, app finished. We have here app finished rendering in use effect, but all after this is because strict mode and we have repeating some alert. Okay. Component blog post menu rendered. It is repeating app finished rendering again. It is left. Okay, and it is finished. I want to see we know that use effect, if no dependency, will be called only one, and all other rendering, how to control, how to see all other rendering without use effect. I give alert outside of use effect. Outside of use effect, and we will see now a blog post example. Blog post, this is blog post. Here we have inside use effect and outside without word use effect. All other app.js comment, blog post menu left, comment, blog post menu, comment, and let's go to see only blog post. Refresh, there is nothing. Here it is. When we click title, now we have component blog post rendered. It is from component. There is have logic because component must be rendered, but in that rendered process of rendered, we have alert, and the alert stop complete process. We must click OK, that process continue, and after that process continue, and rendering finished, and calling use effect, and we see this alert inside use effect, blog post finished. And now when I click OK, would be again this in function, what is only because of strict mode. And strict mode is for more detailed control of React, control of code. Okay. And now we see when we go in other blog post rendered. Okay. This is important. All this video is important because of this. When I now is does closure, and now click component rendering, but there is no use effect. Always component blog post rendered, but there is no use effect. Rendered. Okay, there is no use effect. Okay, let's go to see blog post. blog post or single, we have alert inside use effect, and that alert will be visible when use effect would called, because it is inside use effect. This alert, where finished with rendered, is called from function, only from function. And this alert we will see only when called use effect. But look at here, use effect, there is no dependence, and he will render it only first time when rendered component, and after that component would be rendered if state of that component changed. Only if state of that component is changed. But we don't know that that is true, because don't call use effect. Any re-rendering after first render, re-rendering don't call use effect. Don't call use effect. Why don't call? Because this array is empty. There is no dependency of use effect. And use effect would be called first time, and after that never again, but component will be rendered. And I want to see that. I want to see rendering component. I want to see first time rendering, and I want to see all other re-rendering. With reason, because state is changed. Only component blocks rendered. There is no use effect. It is not from use effect. Okay. When we go in this, again of this, re-rendering. Okay, there is no use effect. This is interesting because I click in same link. Look at, but I have rendering of component, but state, it is one post here, post. It is state of blog post. Look at here. It means this is same. We see single post, this post, but this post there is no changes of state. A post, pardon. Yes, here. Look at. Always the same, but always rendering. Not from use, no calling use effect, because use effect call would be called only first time. Okay. Now we can see that first time because I comment other component. Here it is home, and now first time link rendered. Okay. Alert inside use effect. After this, again, it is because strict. Now, when it was first time, when we have alert from use effect, we have 2 times block. But after that, we see that, and we have only, I call again, component block post rendered. Okay. Again, component block post rendered. I click same link, and in that link, we have same state, but we have rendering of that component. Why? I explore this. I talk with artificial intelligence, and I must say that only I have some idea, And this my idea is here app.js. This is outlet. That blog post coming in outlet depend on if it is home page. We see here blog posts menu. When we click link, we see blog post. Home, blog post menu, link, click link, blog post, only single post. And because it is not directly like blog post menu left, it is not directly, it is through outlet, React element, that it is a reason that we have rendering every time when we click on link. Here it is. When we go to other, render it. This one, render it. Again, same rendering. Other one. Now, when I go in other link, there is a reason that we have rendering. In any case, we see first time from use effect, we see that after that we have only rendering and rendering and rendering, that we have rendering component, but not component don't call use effect. This is blog post menu left. I remove comment here, alert, it is blog post menu left, finished rendering in use effect. It is only this component, blog post menu left. Let's go to C, refresh. Component blog post menu left, finished rendering, okay. And finished rendering in use effect, okay. And now again one time more, so okay. Blog post menu, after we see, yeah, blog post menu left first time, now new cyclus, because look at left, we don't see left title of post. Finished rendering in use effect, and now again finished rendering. 6 times we have. We begin with the post, seeing blog post here, but we begin with home. Let's go now, refresh. Component blog post menu left, finished rendering, okay. Blog post menu left, finished rendering in use effect, okay. And third time, okay. Look at, after 3 times blog post menu left, we see right blog post menu like before, and now left we have nothing. We must 3 times again, okay, and okay. But child is first. Child is first rendering. We see in blog post. We see that use effect would be called first time, and after that we have called only one time that from function. But yes, it is interesting. Not repeat. blog post when I look at blog post did not repeat. It was only one. Okay, but it is developing, and we are in developing process, and that strict mode, there is that functionality that we see something in two times, and principal reason for this video was how I would see rendering component without alert in use effect. I give use effect I use use effect for alert, and I see that alert, but how, and there is no dependency, and use effect would not be called in re-rendering. And how I would see re-rendering? I see re-rendering when I take alert inside function, but outside of use effect. Here is F12. F12 show us that we did not error and warning here, and here is component blog post menu rendered. Here it is, because it is blog post menu JS25. I can go that 25 blog post menu. Blog post menu 25. Here it is. Look at. It is some kind when we can see in log our rendering. Alert, and alert is visible graphically, but console log is visible textual in console. In console log, we don't need it, but alert can stay like this for future exploring. Blog post menu left. Okay, I don't need blog post menu left. I don't need it now. We finished with this for now. Comment, it's okay. I always after some changes in coding, I call git and add dot that, and after that git I commit it, minus m quote, inside quote, alert inside use effect, and outside. Enter. Look at, there is all color getting white, there is no green, yellow, and after this I will call. I don't need type, I can find what I need. First up, look at push. Git push minus u origin master, and it go to first integrate the remote. Okay, it is not that push. it is 467. I open 467 and but I want to see 470. Okay, I open 400, project 470, because a lot of time I clone this 467, and I lose path for push up, and I have I don't need it. I stop developed 467 and start project 470. I now open 470. Here is 470, the new terminal. Here you look at yellow, I have some changes, and now I will git add dot, okay, now commit minus u quate, and last change is a bad message, but I don't know what I changes and work here. I forget. And here it is, enter, okay. Pardon, minus m, message. Now is okay, and now push this order, and these changes go to GitHub repository. Look at GitHub. I must refresh to see 3 comments, and last change here is a commit, what I just did. Okay, this is 470. Okay, this video I like to show you how I use Git. I don't need more than this and something else order in Git. Very often it is a restart when I want to delete changes after last commit, etc. And but I not create one project with more commit, because beginners must not know about Git, and when they download or look at on the repository my code, cannot understand if he don't know look at through commit and clone that repository, that project, clone and use in his computer. I very often show in some video how to clone my project and have them like it's yours in your on your computer. In this video, that's all for this video. If you know somebody that need a video like this, tell them about it, your friend, write on the social network, subscribe, like, engagement, make some engagement, and it would be very, very important, and I add value from your side to our community around this video. And this series, React for Total Beginners. And because community, what is community bigger, it is learning, better learning. But I spoke it in every video, but this moment I thinking, does it really? Better learning where there is a lot of comment, a lot of engagement, a lot of likes, subscribe. Because it takes a lot of time to read all that, and it means that this number now, what I have about statistic around, is very nice. Some people use my video, and some subscriber, more answer, more than subscriber. There is a new visitor, and it is always like that. New visitor coming, and new visitor go ahead with big energy, but after some time that energy get down in some of them, and they maybe give up. I don't know how explain that return visitor, that subscribers, there is a lot of less than new visitor. But it is only can be theory. In any case, I want you never give up, learn coding, React seems very confused, but it is because that we want fast learning. We want get ahead faster and faster, and get forward fast forward. But it is impossible in learning, and in that fast forward, all is confused. All is confused because there is no time for in fast forward. It means no times for deep learning. And if there is no deep learning, all is confusion. All is confusion for new beginners in programming and in React, and for people who programming in PHP, for example, like me, and coming here. And JavaScript, I programming in JavaScript, and I wrote book JavaScript, but it was vanilla JavaScript in beginning of JavaScript. And that JavaScript, there is nothing with this JavaScript what really get fast forward, and developers working, big community working on Node.js server, on application, on client server, application on server, fast forward JavaScript, and I think why it is total different technology. Complete application go to client, to browser. Component is something phenomenal because there is no refresh all page, but only component what changes data. And there is less communication of data through, because notice same call and refresh always coming all pages, and here in JavaScript frameworks and library we have communication through communication in the network, in the internet. We have only between server and client, we have only data communicate, and that data coming in component, and that component rendering, only that component rendering. It is very, very fast, very saved, not waste, less waste than PHP when we have transfer complete entire page every time. But here we have communication only, data communication. Okay, thank you for watching this video.